Hey, how do you get this thing to play blackjack? So how's it supposed to work? Am I on the internet? What's that fire for?
The hard drive is crashing at an alarming speed.
Got a technology question? Don't ask just anyone. Ask a geek.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help but overhear your nerdly predicament. Maybe I can be of assistance.
So wide and nerdy, just too wide and nerdy. Think I'm just too wide and nerdy. Can't you see I'm
10 minutes after 8 o'clock.
white and nerdy?
Yeah, you know, you got to have your own theme song. That's what it's all about, baby. Hey, the preceding program brought to you by Interquest on South Spring Street in Beaver Dam. We welcome Jeff and Bill in today. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
How are you?
Awesome. Oh, Jeff, you couldn't drink that beer you were thinking of this morning?
I mean, Jeff, you were the first to arrive. I thought you'd be like, oh, bouncing off the wall, excited and everything like that. You're kind of
Well, you know, I'm sitting here drinking my coffee. I'm chill. I'm good.
You're good? You're good to go? Remind our listeners that Bill and Jeff come in once a month to talk about technology and help you answer questions for things around the home that are technology related. Could be computer related, could be smart TV related, could be just about anything. One question right off the bat. We've once again our computer, our home laptop, is getting that blue screen of death every once in a while. It reboots fine after the screen comes up. What is that blue screen anyway? What is that? What is that telling me?
It's telling you that there's a problem.
Usually the blue screens involve either a piece of hardware or a hardware driver.
Okay.
So it's telling you, and all of those wonderful 00DFE013 errors are memory addresses or something where either the driver misplaced how to use your motherboard or a piece of memory stick or a processor or something like that.
Or if there was an update that caused an issue with some other driver and that's causing it to crash. It's kind of hard to say. I will say, though, that the guys in our computer lab that fix computers all the time, every day, they have a little program that can go in and read the meaning behind that blue screen of death and help narrow down exactly what the cause is.
All right,
cool. So it's a little more than the needle in the haystack that we used to have to do back in XP days, even though we still repair some XP machines. The tools that we use in our lab have gotten extremely elaborate for how to get something figured out and fixed.
So if that happens, I don't have to sit there and write anything down. You guys can find it, right?
No, they can go back and figure
All
out
right,
what
cool
happened.
deal. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're on with Bill and Jeff from Interquest. How can we help you?
Yeah, I was curious. When I'm watching TV, somebody will call my home phone, and the number and name comes up on the TV.
Yeah, that's part of digital cable, right? With if you've bundled, you've got Charter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I can answer that. That's basically because you get your phone and your cable right from Charter, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's why it does that.
That's a feature.
It's called on-screen caller ID. It's so that you know whether or not you want to get up off the couch to check your phone and see if you want to answer the...
Can they turn that off, guys?
I'm sure they can.
You call Charter and they tell them you don't want that particular thing on your account.
I'll do that. Okay.
Thank you. Hi, Hometown Glass and Bourbon Hotline. Do you have a question for Bill and Jeff?
I sure do.
Okay.
I'm running Microsoft Outlook for my email, and it has worked perfectly since we installed it in a few years. All of a sudden now, if I go to send an email, when I hit send, down at the bottom, instead of the send and receive, cycling through and sending the email, it says preparing to send and receive. So then I have to go up and physically click on the send and receive button to get it to actually go. I don't know why it's just started doing that out of nowhere. And then second to that, in the evening when I go to shut down, if I click off of Outlook, it stops and says, you've got pending emails that haven't been sent. Do you want to quit or not? But I don't have any email. I hadn't sent nothing. There's nothing in the outbox. I'm just getting the message for some reason. I don't know why. That's it.
Well, it's
a fun one.
That's a little bit tricky. So nothing shows up in the outbox at all?
Correct.
On the first point, there is a setting. I think if you go into File and Options on under send receive options, there's a little checkbox by an option that says send immediately when connected. So,
and I do have that check.
yeah, I was going to say at first I would have thought maybe that was the problem, but if you're also having this problem with it asking you about items in the when you close Outlook, it almost sounds to me like your Outlook file, your PST file, might be corrupt in some way, so it thinks there's something in the outbox even though there isn't.
And you can repair the PST, but when's the last time you updated Outlook or Office on the computer?
I'm sorry, say that again.
When's the last time you ran an Office update on the computer?
Oh gosh, I don't even know.
So repairing the PST may fix it, but you could also run your Office updates.
No, I do have the set for automatic, so...
For Windows or for all of Microsoft products?
Oh, you know what? I'm not positive of that.
So check and see if there's any Office updates, or change it to look for all Microsoft updates instead of just Windows updates, because Office has a number of updates, and that will also repair the files that it uses for the send and receive function.
Okay.
Where would he find that? Like right in Outlook, then?
Yeah. You can't. The little utility you can't run from within Outlook, because when you're in Outlook, the file is already open, so it can't run the file. Probably the easiest. Every version of Outlook is a little different, and it kind of hides in a goofy folder. So what I'll have you do is, if you just open a Google, close Outlook completely. Say yes to the message or whatever. Just go to Google and search for Inbox Repair Tool or Outlook Inbox Repair Tool, something like that. And you'll find a Microsoft article that tells you exactly where to find that little program. You run that little program, it'll go through and it'll check your email file, basically checking all those folders. So it'll say, okay, how many messages are in the inbox, how many messages are in the outbox or the sent items. And that's where it'll find that problem where it thinks you have something in your outbox even though you don't.
Okay, yeah, just now when I went to close Outlook, it gave me that same thing saying there's messages that haven't been sent, but there are none.
Right.
So, very strange. Well, I'll try that Google thing and see what happens.
Inbox repair tool.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yep,
All right,
good luck.
thank you. 887-9595 is the number. Take a break. Come back and get the forecast from Jennifer next. If you got a question for the geeks, it's 887-9595.
The morning show will continue in just a moment. Better get busy living or get busy dying. I always wanted to say that. It's Rick and Bill on the morning show on 95.3 WXRO.
I don't feel sorry for rednecks that got to get hit by tornadoes every year when they live in Tornado Alley. Do you understand that? You're a jackass. Move. You can't come and... I got hit by a tornado again. Well, of course you did. You live in Tornado Alley. It's telling you I'm coming right here. Dumbass, move. I don't feel sorry for you. We got hit by a tornado. Well, move, jackass. It's not even that difficult for you to move. Your house has wheels.
821 WXRO Morning Show. It's a Stump the Geek kind of a day. Bill and Jeff are here from Interquest. Jennifer is on the line right there. She's kind of a geek in her own right.
Not with technology, not.
No, but with weather, you're a weather geek.
Oh, yes.
Oh, absolutely a weather geek. Hey, Jennifer, the one interesting thing that I saw is that there apparently is a big tropical storm that could become a tornado, but it sounds like a tornado, a hurricane.
What?
A hurricane. Excuse me. I was just thinking of this guy doing his little bit. Could become a hurricane, but I understand that it's probably going to stay well off the coast of the United States.
Are you thinking about Gonzalo?
Is that the name of it?
It's already a hurricane.
Yeah, I heard. Is that the one that could possibly hit Bermuda?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is the one then. All right. Got to deal with that bad boy, huh?
Yeah.
It's been pretty calm over the last couple of years.
It really has, yeah. I mean, and it's been pushing a little bit farther and farther also with that as well. I mean, the Eastern Pacific has been really active this year, but the Atlantic hasn't been very active at all, which is good. That's fine.
All right, so let's go ahead and take care of this weather forecast because I've got these random facts that you have a tendency of liking.
Okay. We're looking at rainy conditions here for today, cloudy skies and Temperature-wise, holding rather steady right around the upper 50s, near 60 throughout the day today. A little bit on the breezy side today as well. Tonight, showers are likely. Cloudy overnight lows around 48. Wednesday, we'll still have a chance for some scattered showers. Cloudy skies, highs right around 54. 61 here for your Thursday. Just a slight chance for some scattered showers for the first half of the day. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies and a dry forecast for the end of the work week on Friday. Mostly sunny skies, highs right around 61. Then once we get to your Saturday, a cold front will begin to push through. A little bit more cloud cover and cooler weather as well. Partial sunshine at times, and we'll see high getting up right around 53. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
All right, some random facts for you, Jennifer, and for Bill and Jeff from InterQuest, and you too, the Prince. Random fact number 1. Frankenstein is the name of the doctor who creates the monster, not the monster.
I knew that,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
They always call it Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody knows that one. Random fact number 2. A 15-year-old girl named Claudette Colvin refused to give up her seat on a bus for a white person 9 months before Rosa Parks did the same thing. But the NAACP felt Rosa was a better face for the movement because Claudette was only 15 years old.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay.
Very interesting.
Everybody knows that.
Random fact number 3. For every single human being on this planet, there are 86 Legos for that person.
Now that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Where are mine?
Well,
Probably at the Lego store in the big shape of a monster.
Everyone should have
Iron
those.
Man or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It'd be great if her Legos were in the shape of a cirrus cloud or something like that. Yeah. Random fact number 4. The only U.S. capital city without a McDonald's is... Anybody?
Washington, D.C.
I'm going to say Juneau, Alaska.
Montpelier, Vermont.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, there is no McDonald's in Montpelier, Vermont.
So every other capital city in the U.S. has McDonald's?
Has a McDonald's.
Oh.
Right.
Or 2, or 10.
Or
Probably
100. Or 100. And this one, guys, is really right up your alley. Random fact number 5. Sony makes the bulk of its money...
Video games?
No.
Licensing.
No. Sony makes the bulk of its money selling insurance.
Really?
Yes.
What?
They offer life, auto, and health insurance in Japan, which accounts for 63% of all of their profits over the last 10 years. In fact, their electronics department operates at a loss.
Yeah. I knew that the electronics, the video game
Really?
department makes money, though.
That's incredible.
That's insane. I mean, here, when we hear the word Sony, we right away think of electronics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
I definitely didn't even know that they sold insurance.
Sold insurance. Hey, I'll tell you what, you interested right here in this MP3 player? You're not? How about some great dental? We got a special right now on molar care.
Term life.
That's right. All right, Jennifer, enjoy your day.
Thanks, guys. You too.
All right, there's Jennifer with the weather forecast. 887-9595 is our telephone number. Bill and Jeff are here from InterQuest, and I had a chance yesterday to actually touch it and hold it, and I want it. Something that you, something that you guys had told me about that you said that I would want, and I actually felt it yesterday. The Asus Transformer. I actually had a chance to
The new one?
Yes.
Very cool.
Do you know that they make one with a 500 gig hard drive in the keyboard?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I want.
They're getting to be effectively laptop replacements to some extent. You just you can't install Windows applications if they're not running Windows. But
the one that I saw was running Windows 8.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, ASUS is getting into the Windows licensing as well. So you'll see those with Android or with Windows.
Okay,
You can go either way.
so if I buy a tablet or a laptop that's got Windows 8, whatever website I go on, everything's going to lay out right. Because right now with my Kindle Fire, there's plenty of times that I go to websites that don't lay out right.
It depends on the browser. So in your Windows 8, if you're running a Windows 8 tablet or device like that and you run Internet Explorer, it's going to look great on most websites, but sometimes you get one that looks better in Chrome or Firefox, and you have the option of installing those on that computer, just like it's a laptop or desktop.
Right.
It also depends on the size of your screen and the resolution. So, On your what size is your Kindle Fire? Is it like a 7-inch?
Yeah, it's a 7-inch.
And the Asus is probably 11-inch.
I think so, 10-inch or 11-inch. Yeah.
So I mean, it's one thing that we talk to people about all the time these days is when you're working on your website, when you're developing your website, at least 40% of the people that go to your website are coming from telephones and tablets.
Right.
So it's really part of it is important when people develop their website to make sure they lay it out so it works for people, whether they're on a computer or laptop or tablet or whatever.
So we make websites at InterQuest, and
Right.
we do regular websites. We do mobile websites, so a website that's just for a phone. You make that if you've already got a regular website. But we also make something called a responsive website. And a responsive website responds to the resolution of the device that's viewing it.
So it knows that if I'm trying to look at it on a Kindle Fire, or if I'm trying to look at it on a 24-inch.
It knows what resolution you're viewing it at. So
Okay.
it knows whether it's a tablet, a phone, or a desktop or laptop, and it changes its layout for you based on the device you're looking at it on.
So then when you design websites for people, then do you have to design two? Three?
Yeah, you do 3 layouts: one for the phone, one for the tablet, one for the laptop.
Is there one that's easier to design than others? I mean, depending on is it easier to design a website for a computer or one for a tablet or a phone?
It's easier to design it for a computer.
Okay.
The phone isn't too bad if there's already a website that exists, but the challenge when you're doing a responsive website is, a good website's got a theme. It's got a look and a feel for how it presents the information. And when you're going from a computer where your main input is a mouse and you're clicking on something to a phone or a slate like an iPad where your main input is your fingertip,
right,
and a scroll with a slide, the buttons and the layout of the website has to change. But you need it to change in such a way that it still looks like the same company, the same website, and it has a cohesiveness. So making it change seamlessly really is the challenge when doing something like that.
Because I was doing that the other day on the Kindle. I was on a website, and I don't remember what I was trying to do. I was looking up airline flights or something like that, and they had something you had to scroll to find the state of Wisconsin, and I couldn't scroll.
Yeah, it's
because
probably
when
set up for a mouse.
Yeah,
it's set up for mouse input, so they don't have a very good design for the way that it looks on the mobile.
It's kind
or
of
it's not optimized
well,
for it.
right now it's kind of important, isn't it, for anybody that has a website to be able to go between all those different things?
It is, which is why we generally sell responsive websites when we can. But not everyone, not everyone's interested in the functionality, and usually it's in the second year when we look at the analytics, because we run analytics on all the websites that we design and that we host. And every month we see how many of the visitors to the website are on a tablet or a phone. So we can go back to a customer and say, so 50 or 60 or 70% of the people looking at your stuff are doing it from a device that your website isn't optimized for. Would you like to make that change?
887-9595 is the telephone number if you'd like to call up and ask Bill or Jeff a question about anything technological. Smart TVs. I wanted to bring up smart TVs because I see a lot of TVs around have the word smart TV on it. Does that just basically mean that it hooks up to the internet? Is that what a smart TV is?
It generally means that they put a processor in it are running a version of Android or other operating systems so that it can do something more than just watch TV. So internet browser, Pandora, Netflix, it's got apps that are running on it that do something beyond just TV.
Yeah, the apps, typically can be very handy too. So, I watch a lot of Netflix, and some people watch Netflix on maybe their Blu-ray player might have Netflix
That's what I have.
there.
Yep.
I have it on my TiVo. I also have it on my TV. But the thing is, when you're looking at buying a TV and trying to decide whether or not you need a smart TV or regular TV, if you already have a Blu-ray player, say, that has Netflix and Pandora and Vudu and YouTube and all of those kinds of things, then it's usually not worth the extra money to buy the smart TV.
Unless you're looking at video, the actual video panels quality. And sometimes the nicest TVs are going to have the smart features whether you want them or not.
We have a phone call. Hi, you're on with Bill and Jeff from InterQuest. Can we help you?
I've got a question. On my computer, I've got a message that says, people are watching you. You've got, what do they actually mean by that?
That sounds like spyware, doesn't it, guys?
And it's probably spyware that's trying to get you to buy something or to click on something to install something else on your computer. Those are
Well, I sure haven't clicked on anything, but it says people are. I'm trying to bring it up right now to read it to you.
Right. Is it a little pop-up window that comes up?
No, it's an actual email.
It came as an email.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be.
That's something. That's an email that someone is trying to get you to click on the contents of it to probably install a virus or spyware on your computer. Those you just want to delete.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't do anything with it.
Just delete them.
Yeah,
Don't open any attachments on an email like that. If something like that comes to you, it's normally your friends aren't going to send you something that says that, and anyone else that's sending it to you has not got something good in mind.
Okay, if you got a minute, I'll read you exactly what it says.
Okay.
Yeah, the people that write those emails are pretty tricky because they've learned to play on our emotions, and they put things in there that make you think that you should click on it. A lot of them say, maybe it looks like it's from Amazon saying you have a refund. Click on here to get your refund, and it looks like you're clicking on something from Amazon, even though it's completely not related to Amazon. One of the ones that was very effective that went around several weeks ago or a month ago was it claimed it was a fax. Oh, we have a new fax for you.
And it was and it said it was from JFax, which is a legitimate online faxing service.
Right. So people maybe would go to Google and look up, is JFax really a fax? Yeah, it is. Okay. But it wasn't really from JFax. It was just saying it was from JFax, and it didn't really have a fax attached. It had a virus. But
oh man,
it's just unbelievable how they go after your
data or your credit card information. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just no doubt about it.
Okay, well, don't click on it. Don't open it.
Delete it.
Delete it. Okay?
I got you.
All right, thank you. Yeah. 887-9595. Just a couple of minutes left with Bill and Jeff from InterQuest. If you've got some questions, it could be stuff like about weird emails that you got. The one that I got, guys, is not an email, but I got a call on my answering machine from a guy that spoke pretty broken English that told me he was calling from the Internal Revenue Service, and there was a proceeding going against me. I was looking at some charges of something illegal, and I was like, what? I ignored it. But then like 3 days later, I got a similar one. I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is real. I called the Dodge County Sheriff's Department. They said, yeah, they're trying to scare you. Eventually, they want to get information out of you.
They'll ask you for your Social Security number to make sure it's the right case.
Right. Yeah. So then I just give them Chris Oldek's Social Security number, and
that's funny because I've given everybody yours.
Okay, so we're gonna this whole thing is gonna equal out pretty quick here. 887-9595. We got our last question for Bill or Jeff today from InterQuest. What else is going on down at your place?
Well, what is this question of the day?
Oh, I forgot to ask you guys.
You've been holding me in suspense ever since we were on break.
I forgot to ask you the question.
So Rick gets the question.
So there was an article that came out today about a guy that was hunting up in British Columbia when he got attacked by a grizzly bear. Another hunter came by and was going to shoot the grizzly bear, but missed and hit the guy. Luckily, he didn't kill him. The guy was med-flighted, air flight. He's going to be fine. He's in stable condition, okay? So that's number one.
Okay.
Number two, a very well-to-do neighborhood in St. Louis. A house just had to be completely tented and sprayed with poisonous gas because over 5,000 poisonous brown recluse spiders were living inside of the house. And I don't know if you've ever seen what a spider bite from a brown recluse spider looks like, but it eats away your skin and your tissue, and they're very, very poisonous little spiders.
Very painful.
Yes. So we asked the question, would you rather, if I gave you a baseball bat, would you rather be stuck in a house with 5,000 recluse spiders and you had to get out, or would you rather be in the backyard with a baseball bat and a grizzly bear?
Backyard, baseball bat, grizzly bear.
Yeah, I'll take the bear, too.
You have a chance of living through the bear, but not 5,000 recluse spiders.
Right.
One opponent you can see. One opponent you can see, or 5,000. That
you know how small the brown recluse is? A small spider, too.
Right.
And the bite is exceptionally painful. You can survive one, maybe two, but a couple of them, 4 or 5 of them, no, not going to happen.
Yeah. See, that's why we all said grizzly bear too, because our friend Val from All Seasons Archery Place called up and said the most sensitive place on a grizzly bear is their nose. So if you can whack them at least one time with that baseball bat, they're probably going to turn tail and run.
Interesting.
So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind.
Well, with any of those bears, right? If you got to make yourself look big,
Well, they
the
said
last thing you want to do is turn and run away.
with a black bear, you can play dead. Because black bear are as curious about us as we are about them. So if you play dead, there's a good chance that they're just going to,
snuffle you.
Right. Get away from you. Hi, Hometown Glass and Improvement Hotline. Do you have a question for Bill and Jeff?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
When is the Windows 10 going to be available?
Windows 10, yeah, we were all kind of surprised a little bit when Microsoft decided to just skip Windows 9 and go right to Windows 10. I don't think they've announced a firm date yet. They kind of just, Microsoft is big on making announcements without having a lot of detail behind it. So I'm expecting probably 2015, but, that's not for sure. It's not going to be early 2015, so it might be a year from now. It could push even into 2016, but like I said, Microsoft doesn't necessarily announce a date because they've gotten burned in the past with announcing a date and then having to push it back and back.
Remember
and
Windows
back.
XP? It was supposed to come out in 2000. It came out in 2002.
Yeah, that's right. So the answer, I guess, is nobody's really sure. Maybe next year.
Probably at least around a year at least, plus or minus a few months.
And Microsoft generally releases operating systems in the fall, usually September, October.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Guys, always good to hang out with you. So Interquest, South Spring Street in Beaver Dam. If people want to stop in with their computers, obviously you guys can fix them. And you're still building machines?
Yep. Not laptops. Laptops, we've had a lot of good luck with some Dell and HP machines that have been quite good. Samsung Series 9 is really nice at the higher end. And, of course, we've got some Razer blades that are really awesome. They're very niche-y computers. The desktops we're building for specialty, so full-size desktop, we build those for people who want high-end gaming machines, CAD CAM stations, stuff like that. Otherwise, we're doing the Intel NUC, next unit of computing.
Yep.
It's 4-inch by 4-inch by 1-inch computer and replaces the desktop.
Is that big?
Very,
That's
very,
incredible.
very low power consumption, but it is as powerful as the desktops we used to build. The only reason to build a full-size desktop these days is to put in a big video card or graphics card or something like that will not fit in a 4-inch by 4-inch space.
Right.
But from a processing, memory, and hard drive space standpoint, the NUC is just bar none awesome.
This is awesome. 8850141.
8850141.
I still know that. We make techsimple.com. Guys, always good to see you. Thanks for coming in again.
Thanks, guys.
Take
All
care.
right. There it is. That is Stump the Geeks with Bill and Jeff from Interquest. The preceding program brought to you by Interquest.